Hi folks, I'm Sam Haymar for Test Driven TV. Today's quick drive is the 2013 Ford Explorer Sport. And what Sport means for the Explorer is this has the twin-turbo 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. That's the same powerhouse found in the Ford Taurus SHO. So we're going to go take it for a quick spin and see how it drives. The Explorer Sport was a base model about 10 years ago, but today it's way up the model line. It starts out at $40,720, but the good news is you get a lot of visual cues to make your money show. It's got a blacked out grille and headlamps, big 20-inch wheels, and dual exhaust tips out in the back. And under the hood is the fire-breathing 365 horsepower EcoBoost twin-turbo V6. That same V6 is also available in the F-150 and the Ford Taurus SHO. Nowhere is the word EcoBoost more important than in this Ford Explorer, and that's because this EcoBoost is all about power. In fact, when you put those twin turbos to work, watch out. Woo! Yeah! Oh my goodness, I'm speeding. Yeah, I don't know what the 0 to 60 is off the top of my head, but it's ticket worthy. So the Ford Explorer for me has always been sort of this mixed bag of blessings. It's a nice medium-sized 3-row SUV. It's been selling very well for Ford, much better than the previous generation Explorer, which was really more of a truck-based SUV. This is decidedly a car-based crossover. In fact, I would classify this as a station wagon with a lift kit, much more than I would anything that you would say was an off-road SUV. Now, of course, that crossover personality that I speak of is actually a good thing for the Explorer because that's what the market's asking for, let's face it. The market for off-road, truck-based, manly SUVs is really not that large anymore, and there's enough vehicles on the market like the Toyota 4Runner, the Nissan Xterra, some of those, that meets the need. Jeep's another one that comes to mind. But when it comes to the Explorer, it does get a lot of ribbing for being the one for soccer moms and the like, but you know something? With this EcoBoost, woo! Yeah! It's something a man can like. So as I slow down and roll onto the freeway here, stop playing with the horsepower like a little kid. The Ford Explorer actually rides very nicely on the highway, and this is probably the sweet spot for the Explorer. It's a nice cruiser. It's quiet, it's comfortable. The view over the dash is pretty commanding, even though if you're shorter than I am, you probably can't see the hood from behind the wheel. The interior, I think, probably is going to need a refresh pretty soon. You know, it has some soft, high-quality materials, but it still looks a little low rent, I think. The Ford Explorer Sport comes relatively loaded from the outset with leather seats, and of course you get 3 rows. Now ours had the optional captain's chairs in the second row, so it only seats 6, but still not bad for a big vehicle like this that has all this power and sporting capability. I'm going to complain about one thing, and that's this My Ford Touch. I love tech, don't get me wrong, I'm not some old guy that doesn't like newfangled things. But the reality is, this My Ford Touch, in my opinion, is tech for tech's sake. When you get into this vehicle for the very first time, you will spend minutes just trying to turn on the radio or turn off the HVAC. You'll spend minutes just trying to figure out how to get the fan speed up or down. It is exasperating. There is nothing wrong with an expensive vehicle like this that has a simple set of knobs with on, off, fan speed, and temperature. That doesn't mean it's cheap if it's simple. Ford needs to learn this. Overall, I really like the Sport version of the Explorer. Not only does it have the extra horsepower, but the all-wheel drive and sport suspension really tighten it up in a way that make it a credible performance vehicle that raises the bar a little bit in the sense that it doesn't feel like something that's just for a soccer mom. It can be for a soccer dad too. Come on, out of my way so I can flog this baby one more time. I just got to dip into this power one more time. Oh yeah. Woo! Talk to Daddy. That's it. Oh man. I would be in so much trouble if I owned this. Wow. 14 miles to the gallon I'm getting with this. That's what you get for giving Sam 2 turbochargers. Well, all said, I found that it's very fast, obviously, and of course it's still an Explorer, which means it has more of a car-like persona than an SUV. And of course, that's what buyers tend to want these days, as Ford sells lots of these things. So there you have it, the Ford Explorer Sport. I hope you enjoyed the ride. If you'd like a more detailed review and photo galleries, log on to activityvehicle.com.